From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and this is the premier sports betting show, the PrimeTimeAngles Live on IG. And boy, oh boy, today is going to be a good day. That's all I can say. And if you're going to go ahead and tell it, then let's go ahead and make some money. If you're going to fade it, then hey, all best of luck to you as well, too. So it is what it is. Yesterday was okay. We did all right. We went 4-5. And we missed the game yesterday because LaSalle and Howard was actually postponed yesterday as well, too. So we didn't get that one in, but we did hit 2 out of 3 yesterday in the Wednesday night football bets. We did get the +10 on the Ravens and also the over 7.5 in the first quarter as well, too. So we cast those bad boys out, and now we got ourselves some pretty good topics today. And we're going to start off first with the ACC Bets List. And man, oh man, I feel like it's going to be a good week in the ACC. It's an upset week in the ACC. Be ready for it. All right, so here we are. I got the 33.5, plus 33.5 on Syracuse. I'm not saying Syracuse wins the game, but this is going to be one of the toughest games of the season for the Irish because this team is so easy to beat, and there's so much on the line for the Fighting Irish as well, too. Pretty much they already are in the ACC championship, but to me, they're going to have to put on a great performance to really still have the voters, confidence and everything like that. A lot of people are mad saying that they don't understand why Ohio State might make it in there with less wins and blase, but you have to understand Ohio State is Ohio State. They're one of the more elite teams in the nation. If you put them against anybody pretty much in the nation except for maybe 2 teams, they'll actually absolutely smash those teams by 3 touchdowns or better. So pretty much it's a very wide margin between the best of the best in college football and the rest of the pack. Seriously. And I feel like Notre Dame is a team that's the leader of the rest of the pack. So thing is with me, I feel like Syracuse can go in here and lose by 30. All right, that's what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and take the plus 33.5. But we all know there's been other times Syracuse and Notre Dame have played, and it was an absolute bloodbath. So we'll see how it goes, and we move forward from there. Then we got Boston College going against Virginia. This is really a toss-up in my opinion, and I feel like Boston College can win the game. But let's go ahead and take the +4 because that's a trusty bet right there. And I feel like what we can do here is you wind up getting yourself a cover here, and I think that we'll wind up losing this game. If they lose this game by 3 or less. So I'm taking BC in this spot. They've been good to us all season. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we got G-Tech and NC State. G-Tech is coming in here as a 6.5-point dog. Both these teams know how to put points on the board as well, too. But I think this one's too tough to call because G-Tech could get the possible upset here as well because NC State is still kind of a shaky team. Even though they got a good record this season, I still think the over 60 is the best bet in this game. So let's go ahead and rock with that and move forward. Then we got VTech going against the landlord, Clemson. And you know what? This is going to be Clemson's toughest test before they get to the championship game. I think Virginia Tech's going to hang around for a little bit. It is a home game for them as well, too. I think it's senior day as well. So let's go ahead and see how it shakes out. I just think that Virginia Tech keeps it close. They're not going to get blown away in this one. So I'm taking the +22 in this spot. Let's see how it shakes out. And then we got Miami and Duke. And this game is always a tricky game. It's always a funny game. It seems like Duke always gets up on Miami, and then Miami makes a miracle comeback or something, or Miami just blows them out. But I think what happens here is that the game goes under 59. I know a lot of people will be betting the over because, now Miami scores points and Duke gives up a lot of points. But what I think was going to happen here is Miami's going to chew up a lot of clock in this spot, play a lot of keep away, and win the game by they'll still win the game, but they're not going to get to 59. They'll be right at the peak of 59. How about that? Well, we say they fall short, hit it at 55 or something of that nature. But I feel like it's going to be a blowout. And in most blowouts, you're not going to get the over. So there it is. There it is. 59. And it has to be a blowout. I know where Duke scores in the teenagers and stuff like that, but we'll see when we get to Saturday. But I like the under 59, Miami and Duke. All right, so we move on. We got the Big Ten. The Big Ten, baby. Big Ten Bets List, Nebraska money line plus 105. Also have they're going against Purdue. And we already popped Purdue earlier, so let's go ahead and pop Purdue again. We got them last week with Rutgers. Let's get them again this week with Nebraska. Now, Rutgers goes against Penn State. Penn State doesn't deserve to be a 11-point favorite in this game because they're playing every game very closely this year. I know they got a big one against Michigan last week, but it seems like Michigan don't care too much this season. So I like Rutgers to go ahead and get a big cover at home. This is a signature game for this team moving forward, especially for recruiting, because you have to understand their main rival is de facto Penn State because they are very close to Jersey. So I'm taking Rutgers plus 11. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we got the good old rivalry game. We got Ohio State and Michigan State. These two go at it. You know what I mean? And Michigan State has been the thorn in Ohio State's side a few times when it comes to them getting to the national championship or getting to the Final Four or to the conference championship game. You have to understand, you would think it's Michigan, but no, it's been Michigan State because Ohio State has absolutely owned Michigan over the last decade. So pretty much Ohio State, Michigan State, under 59. Let's see how it shakes out. Ohio State knows that this is going to be a very tough game. And pretty much they got Michigan coming up next week as well, too. Two of the more tougher games of the season for Ohio State coming up, but they're one of the tougher teams in the nation. So we'll see how it shakes out. We got the over 51 Iowa, Illinois. This one should be a good game. It's tough to take a team like Iowa, the way that they play on the way that Iowa plays on the road, in a sense. So I do like Illinois in this spot. And Illinois is much better than they look on paper. So I do like the over 51 here, Iowa, Illinois. I can't call out a winner, but I do think we do get the over here. And without Penix playing for Indiana, I loved Indiana this season, but that Cinderella story is now about done because Penix was their only hope to really be in games each game, and he's out for the season. I think Wisconsin absolutely rose in this one. They win this game by 2 touchdowns or better. I actually bought down on this as well, too. It's a minus 14, so it's probably going to jump even higher. So if you are looking at this now, I would say bet this down and move forward from there. So it is what it is. All right, so got the text going off and all that good stuff, so had to just check that real quick. Now we got the Auburn money line to start us off. This is going to be our dog of the week. I think that they absolutely go in there and they're going to shred Texas A&M just like they did last year. And this time it's a home game. So I think that Auburn goes ahead and takes care of their business. I'm taking them with the plus 210. And then Arkansas, Missouri, the good old rivalry game here between these two. I guess the tri-state situation, Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, all y'all close to each other, and all y'all always playing and get mad at each other and having these big games. And I think what's going to happen here is over 51.5 is going to happen here with Arkansas, Missouri. Always a good game. Always a lot of scoring in this game as well, too. Let's see how it shakes out. We move forward from there. We got Tennessee in a good spot this week. They're going to be a 17.5 point dog this week, and they're going against Florida, the arch rival. And so pretty much them being a 17.5 point dog against Florida, I'm not falling for that. So I think that this team loses by 14 or less. So I'm taking Tennessee plus 17.5. Let's see how it shakes out. You got Vandy, Georgia. I think Georgia's going to have a shutout game, but it's going to wind up going under 53.5. They're not going to have one of these games where they let Vandy backdoor 21 points. It's not going to happen. Under 53.5, UGA. Them dogs. So let's go ahead and get that 53.5 and move forward. The under, and then we have South Carolina going against Kentucky. This is going to be a really good game. I know South Carolina, it seems like I've been in their corner a lot this season, but they keep getting these matchups that look like they can do something in it. And you know what? I don't want to overshoot it with the team that's 2-6 right now in Kentucky. So I think this one right here is a trap if you believe Kentucky's a double-digit favorite here. So I'm going to go with the South Carolina here. And, you know, the teams that are 2-6 and they're a double-digit favorite at this point in the season in conference play, they really have to prove that they can really handle that. And most times they can't. So I'm taking South Carolina plus 11.5. Let's see how it shakes out. Now, last year, this was the biggest game in the SEC. This year, it's a whatever game because LSU's not that good, but Alabama's right where they're always at the top. So pretty much, I think Alabama has another scoring day where they put up a lot of points. And then LSU's going to figure out a way to score some points as well, too. And we're going to go ahead and get the over 67 here. And we'll just go ahead and move along. So there it is. That's the SEC Bets List. And that is a wrap on the bets list for this week as well, too. I will be dropping the weekly bets list highlight tape tomorrow, highlight show tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. So you guys won't miss out on Saturday. So if you guys haven't been able to look at it all week, I'll be able to get you guys those bets on all these bets in just the bets list, and I have that ready for you guys tomorrow. So pretty much there it is, SEC Bets List, and we move forward. All right, here we are. We got ourselves a doozy of a schedule today. And up first, we have the USC Trojans going against the UConn Huskies. And this one's going to be a hell of a game. Probably the game of the day. The Mobley brothers are the truth. USC has a lot of talent this year. They have a lot of length, and this coach that they snatched from the Gulf Coast team, the team that took the Florida Gulf Coast, who took. And it was years ago. It's about 7 years ago now. They took the tournament by storm. The first ever 15 seed to get to the round of 16. Well, it took them a while to build that team, and USC is kind of being built in the same mode as that squad as well too. And they look good, and they just got to get past the Pac-12 this year, and they should be good because they should be a top 3, top 4 team in the conference as well. I think that they're going to absolutely cruise against UConn today. I love USC. They got a lot of NBA. They got a lot of future NBA guys on that team. I shouldn't say a lot, but they got 3 or 4 that got a possibility of being in the NBA, especially Evan Mobley, who should be a top 15 pick very soon. All right, we got Marshall. I think Marshall should be getting their spot today as well too. Marshall is a slight favorite, so I think that with that it'll just be a close game, but Marshall figures out a way to win it. Then we got San Antonio playing against Oklahoma today. I do like UTSA in this spot. I think UTSA is good enough to cover. They're one of the better teams in the Conference USA when that conference does get to play. So pretty much plus 15 on San Antonio. Let's see how it shakes out. We got Idaho going against Sacramento State tonight. Idaho's always a good choice early in the season. They always seem to be mediocre. It was funny. I talked to their coach a few years back at a high school prep showcase, and I said, "Hey, coach, what are you looking for?" He's like, "Everything." So Idaho's always going to be a team that's looked at as a doormat, but they're a team that's always notorious for getting the cover they ain't supposed to get. So I feel like today is one of those days with Idaho, so I'm going to go ahead and get them with the plus 8.5. Let's go ahead and see how it shakes out, and we roll from there. All right, and then we have ourselves the plus 19.5 on Seattle U, and Seattle U. Pretty much they're going against UCLA today. I think that they wind up getting the cover here, a backdoor, whatever they got to do, but I don't think they get beat by 20 points today. I think what happens here is this team winds up losing by 15 or less. All right, so there it is, Seattle U plus 19.5, and we move forward to another money line play. We got Arkansas Little Rock, who's even money today. So let's go ahead and get it, just even money, and let's see how it goes. Usually Little Rock is pretty good to me in spots like this, and let's go ahead and see if they'll be good to me today. Then we got Southern Utah at home. We're going to go ahead and take them with the even money today as well, too. They're going against Montana, so as you can see, the Big Sky pretty much is opening up conference play today as well. Then we have the 10.5 on Liberty. And Liberty is one of my more favorite teams that are in the mid-major small conferences. I think Liberty is going to absolutely have a great season this year, and I think that they should crush in this game as well too. They played against some really good competition to start the year as well. A few Power 5 schools that are top Power 5 schools as well, and they kind of held their own. So there it is, 10.5 to Liberty. Let's see how it shakes out. Texas Christians in the spot against Northwestern State. This should be a good game for them. They should really not have any issues with this. I know we had some issues with the game before, but TCU should really not have problems in this game. So I'm taking them with the minus 18. Hopefully they can go ahead and win this game by 25 or better so I don't have to sweat this thing out. Then we got Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky's going against Tennessee Tech, who's always putrid. So that's why you don't see this team ever getting a big push as a favorite, or if they are a favorite, it'll usually be like -2 or something of that nature, Tennessee Tech. But Northern Kentucky's on a mission to win the Horizon again, and I think that's very possible as well too this year. They got a very good team. They got us a good win the other day too for my clients. So I think today Northern Kentucky, they go ahead and they just really pretty much tear their opponent apart, and that's going to be Tennessee Tech. So let's see how it shakes out, and we move from there. All right, so here it is, Thursday night bets. Up first, we got the Louisiana Tech and the North Texas game. I'm going to go with the under 66.5 here. I think this is a strong bet because Louisiana Tech does know how to keep these games kind of civil, and North Texas is an offense that will only score on really bad defenses. Louisiana Tech doesn't have a terrible defense. So pretty much under 66.5 looks very possible. So I'm going to go ahead and take this bet. And then I like the under 32.5 as well too. Team total with the game as well. I think this is an absolutely crushing bet right here. I think that this should happen. I think that North Texas tops out at 28 points today. So there it is. North Texas under 32.5 team total. And then in the first half, I'm taking Louisiana Tech to go ahead and get the cover. This is a pick'em type of game, and I think that Louisiana Tech should be up about 3 or so at the half. So let's go ahead and see how it shakes out and roll from there, okay? And Louisiana Tech has been good at being a first half team as well too. So there it is, CFB Thursday night. We move on to the nightcap in the Thursday nighter. We have the over 51 here with Air Force and Utah State. As I said on the show before with the bets list, we already have the 11.5 with Utah State there. So we're going to rock with that again here on the show. That's going to be a bet for that game tonight. And then we also have the Utah State over 9.5 team total first half. I feel like this game should be an over game. I don't think Air Force is good enough to really cover that 11.5 against a team that just came off of a 24 point victory their last time out, and a lot of people didn't see that one coming as well too. They thought it was going to be a close game, but the kids grew up fairly quickly, and you have to understand Utah State had their woes because they had a very young lineup. Now that young lineup has matured game by game, and this should be a really good one. So I feel like the cover can happen. I think they lose by a touchdown or less. They're giving us 9.5 in the first half for them to cover. It's going to be easy to score 10 points on a team that's not the top 10 defensive squad, in my opinion, in Air Force. I think that this is a big possibility because they're at home as well, too. So the over 51 plus 11.5 Utah State, and Utah State over 9.5 team total. First half, let's see how it shakes out. Let's cash some damn tickets. All right, so here we are to end things. We cruise on over to Ozone, New York, right outside of Queens. It's the Aqueduct PrimeTime Bets late pick 4. I'm going to rock with race 6 today, Bay Street Money. We're going to go ahead and put this together. That's going to be our key horse there. Best value. Also going to have the shot of the day. Is going to be a horse by the name of Impossible Odds. And then we also are going to have the race 9 nightcap, which is going to be number 9, Grape Therapy. And this horse should be really good to us today as well, too. Dizzy, get busy. You late for class, boy. Tell you, go get your pink slip. Go get the pink pass from the dean. Just kidding. All right, impassable odds. I love this horse today. I'll get you guys the top horses as well too. I was kind of rushing today as well, but I know you guys who don't bet horses don't really care. But it's all good as long as you guys know who the key horse is. That's all what really matters. And then we have the race 9 nightcap. I got Grape Therapy. Let's see how it goes. We got leg 1, 479. That's going to be 3 deep. We got leg 2. We're 2 deep there, and then we're all betting leg 3, and then we got the 9 singled to end the night. That's going to be a $36 investment, and boy, oh boy, I feel like we will have a good day over at the Big A in New York. So there it is, another great show, another day, another dollar. I really do appreciate you guys following the movement on a daily basis. Things are only getting better. I got sponsors calling me left and right. You know, we just trying to make deals happen now. 2021 is about to be a huge year. All I can say is to the competition, watch out. But, you know, we stay humble and we stay patient. That's what we do. All right, so this is the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles live on IG, and I'll be back tomorrow either at 9 or 10 o'clock. I'll make sure to make the announcement early so you guys will know what time I'm coming on so you won't miss out, okay? So there it is, and I am gone. Thank you for tuning into the Primetime Angles, the Premier Sports Betting Show, hosted by the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. This is a PrimeWave media production, and go ahead and press that subscribe button.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave media production